Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and today we have the one and only Apollymi'S Minion. Welcome!
Hello!
How are you this morning?
I am a little tired. And I'm sorry for my voice. I was sick yesterday.
We actually got you on the show this week.
I know. One little damn button and that was it.
Well, I'm so glad you made it. Let me welcome everybody. Let me get everybody welcomed in here, and we will talk. Good morning, Brandon, the anime guy, Adega Outlaw, the Doctor of Disaster and Destruction. Good morning, Adega. Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, the Bash Brother of the North. Good morning, Chris. Purple Valkyrie, the Valkyrie of Valhalla. Good morning, Purple. The Lady Arwen Avalon is here. Good morning, Arwen. Psychodorf 9. How are you doing, brother? Mark, the Infinitely Tired, the Bash Brother of the South is here. Brandon, the anime guy. Good morning. DJ Ronnie G. Good morning. Miss Martin Muses. Good morning, Miss Martin Muses. Darth Haster, that tentacle chin guy we all know and love. Wheezy. Leia Rose. Good morning, Leia. How are you doing this morning? Good morning. Keely Chow. Roll Tide. Keely is everywhere.
I do see her a lot.
Gun Bunny. How are you doing, Gun Bunny? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope I didn't miss anybody. And not say good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great one this morning. We are going to get down to business. Shum! Good morning, Shum. It is hump day. Yes, it is. It is Wednesday. Keely Chow said, I'm a guy. So we're going to get down to business here, and we are going to talk with Apollymi. Good morning. Good morning. What's it like out on the road?
Oh, it's been very lovely. So far, the last couple of months, I've been just running back and forth between Bakersfield and Denver, Colorado. No snow.
No snow.
No snow at the moment, but there's snow in the in Vail and Avon and all that places. But that snow is pretty much fake at the moment. They are running snow machines so they can get an early start on the winter. Because there's no snow up there. Yeah, it's beautiful up there. It's 53 here in Fontana.
So, what was the first thing you can remember being a fan of? That you would say you were a fan of? Or while you were growing up, when you're a kid, could be anything you can think of. First fandom you felt like you were in.
Well, my first fandom was with my dad took me to see the first Star Wars in a drive-in theater, and I was hooked after that. I had to have everything. And of course, I'm from a very poor family, so we couldn't afford any of the stuff, and I would do odd jobs just so I could get the cups, so I could have the cups. I still have those cups. My mom is like yelling at me all the time. Where are those cups? Why do you still have these cups? They need to be thrown away. They're plastic. Like, yeah, but they were built better back then.
Yeah, they were.
And newer plastic just disintegrates pretty quickly. This will last another 9,000 years.
Back when plastic was real plastic.
Yep. And then I've been hooked ever since. My dad let me watch Star Trek. Well, my mom would let me watch Star Trek and cartoons, but that's about the extent of my TV. When I got older, she married a guy, and he is one of those people that could fall into a cult really easily and become obsessed with everything.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty bad. She married him when I was 9. we got into the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which is cult-ish, sort of. So I lost all TV after that. So I just read books, and I read lots of books. I read more than I watch TV now, and I'm quite happy not to watch TV anymore. What I do see is just like, so how stupid do I have to be to understand this? Because apparently I'm not understanding it. It just seems really dumb. And is this for people that have ADHD that can't focus on anything for 3 seconds? Because apparently I can't, because after 3 seconds I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like, so you have 3 seconds of interest, and then it's like another 20 minutes of nothing, and so it's that 3 seconds of the show that everyone's going to watch, and then they're going to move on. I'd like to see a show that has a beginning, middle, and end. Not something that's just random nonsense.
Yeah. You want something that was thought out and actually has a story to it.
Yeah, because I love books. I love Lord of the Rings. Oh my god, I just went gaga over that when they came out.
I love Lord of the Rings too.
Now, I like The Hobbit, though I think it should have just been one movie.
Yeah, originally it was only supposed to be 2. And I could see that. I could see, like, them getting into the mountain, then everything happening after that, but they didn't do it that way.
No, they did 3, and they didn't even give Smaug a good ending. It was just, wow, we got to see him for, 5 minutes?
Yeah. Well, that's why they dragged it out. That's why they cut it. That's why they separated it between 2 movies. I don't know if you've ever heard of my original reaction to that. I was literally F-bombing in the theater. I called them mother effers. I was cussing at the screen. People were looking at me. I embarrassed the shit out of my date. I was pissed. Bilbo's like, oh my, what have we done? And oh, Misty High. I was like, you son of a beep, 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 right there in the theater. I was pissed. How dare they? How dare they split that when they've got the Battle of 5 Armies coming up?
Mm-hmm. So why would you put the dragon in there?
They should have ended it with Smaug falling into the water and dying.
Huh.
And they didn't do that.
No.
Purple Valkyrie says the extended version of The Hobbit with the songs is the best.
Then I probably have it. I have everything on media right now.
I've got the books. I don't know if you remember the green, red, and blue book DVD sets for Lord of the Rings, the special extended ones. I've got those. I've got the golden Blu-ray boxes. Those are the ones that you like open up and it's like a giant book. It's like a big book, and the Hobbit one's got Bilbo on it, and the Lord of the Rings one has the ring obviously on the front of it. But yeah. I'm getting the 4Ks. I've got the 4Ks now. And then I find out, oh, well, guess what? We're coming out with the giant extended edition Ultimate Middle Earth set. And I'm like, huh? And oh, well, you're gonna have the extended edition DVDs. You're gonna have the extended edition Blu-rays. You're gonna have the extended edition 4K. You're gonna have all the regular editions of The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and plus one bonus disc. And I'm like, you sons of that you can only get in this ultimate pack. And I'm like, God, how many times am I gonna buy? How many times am I gonna buy this? How many times am I gonna purchase the same damn content over again?
I know, it's just amazing. It's how they make their money. They add a little extra to it each time, just so you can get that little extra more.
But I pay it. and they've got
I
me.
know, I do too. So it's like, oh my god. My friend, she's like, we need this. I'm like, no, we don't. She goes, but it has this in it. Okay. I'm such a pushover on getting things. She's like, we gotta have this and that. I'm like, are we gonna watch it? She's like, no, I'm not gonna open the box. Then why do we need it? Because it's cool.
Yep.
So-
I just can't help it. Hello, Jedi Bill. Good morning, Jedi Bill. Good morning, everyone coming in late. Daryl the Derelict, good morning. What do you think about what Amazon is doing with Lord of the Rings?
After I heard that they were going to gender swap something, I kind of just tuned out. I went, I don't care. I'm like, if you can't follow the damn story, and if it's just a token thing to where they're just the man, but they're a woman, I'm not interested. I don't care anymore.
I heard rumor. Of course, it's a rumor. I don't talk rumors. I never report on rumors, but this was a rumor. Oh, the puppers. Hello, puppy. Apollymi Minion puppy. Apollymi Minion puppy. Hello, puppy. Completely threw me off. I was about to go on a rant. But hello, puppy. That's a cute puppers.
So her name is Simmy.
Simmy.
And she's named after one of my favorite characters in a book. The main character is a dark hunter, and he has a demon that is bound to his soul that his mom gave him when she was a baby. So she's now 9,000 years old, and Simmy in the demon language means baby.
Oh.
So that's her name is Simmy.
Hello, puppy.
And she enjoyed herself. She enjoyed herself at vacation or at the Las Vegas thing because she was the center of attention.
Yes, I don't have to imagine I was there.
Yeah,
that was really cool getting to run into you because I was standing there. Me and Apollymi'S Minion were standing there, waiting to talk to Gary, and we were just talking, and you were like, "Oh, and I'm Apollymi'S Minion." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm Loki! Oh my god, it's Apollymi'S Minion!"
Oh no, I saw your shirt.
Hello.
And the minute you talked, I knew who you were.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for my mom because I had stuck her in a corner. But, she just didn't want to wander around, and I figured she could watch the dog, and at least a couple of the people went over and talked to her about the dog and their dog, and my mom used to be a dog groomer, so she likes to talk about everyone's pet. But I felt bad locking her in that corner. She just didn't have any fun.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then I took her back to the. I took her back to the motel, and then I was like, I don't want to go back. I was gonna go back, and I was like, I'm too damn tired.
Yeah, we were there till I think 1 or 2.
Yeah, I felt bad that I missed out on a lot of the stuff after I left. Because I could have been in with the videos.
A lot of it was just hanging out. A lot of us were just hanging out and talking. And
yeah. It was really nice meeting a lot of people.
Brandon, the anime guy, throws out a $5 super chat and says, "Hail to Apollymi'S Minion. Loki, finally getting things up and going. Awake today, running on 5 hours of sleep and rock stars. I need a former alter ego, Skull." Let's see. I don't know if I still have that former alter ego. I might. Here you go, Brandon. Just for you, brother. Little go action. Skull!
Skull!
That's it.
Wow.
Go got another one.
Yep. I like that show.
So we were in Vegas, and you brought Gary. What did you? I know you brought Gary this picture. Tell me about this picture.
Okay, so what I do is because I'm always on the road, I stay out 6 weeks at a time, so I go home 10 times a year. So I have like a hobby. It's called diamond dot painting, and what it is a cross between uh, paint by number and cross stitch. So each bead is individually put on a picture that's got a grid of what colors need to be where. So, and I made him the first 7 Doctors from Doctor Who, and
Oh,
then a TARDIS in space. I actually did 2 of those because the first one I did, I used the wrong glue and they all fell off. All the beads came off. So I had to get a new one. I did that one. Right now I'm working on the Star Trek Enterprise D model in space with
oh, that's cool.
planets behind it. So that one I'm working for is for Nerdrotic's wife, Melissa.
Yes.
And then I did one for Fat Steven Seagal, which is Venom and Tom Harding, partially transformed. But I don't like it, so I bought a bigger one. So I'm going to have to start working on that one. And then I also did the Hulk fighting the Thing for Clobbering Times. So when I get home next week, that'll be sent out. So hopefully he can get it as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
I've done a Bob Marley, a peacock, 4 Seasons tree. I did a giant. It's like one of those movie posters that has all the different Marvel characters on it, like Thor, Captain America. It has the Fantastic Four in the bottom corner. It has Red Sonja. It has the bad guys behind him. It has Venom. It has everybody on it. And I gave that to one of the kids here in Fontana that works as a mechanic here at Andrus Transportation. So, and he really loves it. He goes, "Yeah, I got it framed and it's hanging in my room." And he goes, "I love it. I just stare at it all the time." Like, I'm not making another one. Not unless you pay me this time. Everything else has been free. But, it's all out of my own pocket that I buy these. And it's just something for me to do while I'm out on the road. So, and it calms my mind. So,
Yeah,
I love doing them.
After all that driving,
all those dumb people on the road. I'm sorry, you guys just piss me off so bad.
I remember that there was a thing I remember when I first started, because I drove hazmat. I drove a big truck like Apollymi'S Minion. I hauled hazmat. First thing I ever learned was something called drive for 5. And that means you drive for the other people around you. You influence them. Don't let them influence you. Yada, 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 truck safety. But it's one of those things that you have to deal with when you're on the road. It's crazy. And people are crazy. People jump in front of you, slam on the brakes, do all kinds of crazy shit that you're just like, do you not get it? And they don't, because they don't know what,
It's because nobody teaches them about us.
Yeah.
In those driving schools, they don't tell you anything about the trucks. And I'm like, you need to have us come in and talk to you guys, because there's so much that you do wrong. I mean, so if I'm on the road and somebody cuts in front of me, it takes me 3 football fields before I can stop. So if you slam on your brakes, I'm not going to stop on a dime. There's no way. I've got 79,000 pounds of stuff. And that force at 65 miles an hour is not going to stop in 100 feet.
And you can
it's going to take 300.
weight. And that's
Oh yeah.
something people don't get. You can feel that weight when you hit that brake and you feel the truck shift and you're like, whoa, and it pushes you. It's like it feels like you're being pushed from behind by something. You're like, that's different.
Yeah. So I came back and I came here to Fontana with 45,000 pounds of pet care stuff. That's 45,000 pounds. And my truck, this truck, just the trailer or just the truck itself is 17,700 pounds. That's not including the trailer that's also about 3,400 pounds. And then you add 45,000 pounds on that. I'm 79.9.
Yeah.
Okay. That's almost 80,000 pounds. That's like 20 tons.
Yeah.
Here, let's put it in tons. That's tons, not 12 tons or anything. It's 20 tons of stuff I'm hauling, going 65 miles an hour, and you want to cut me off. I just pray every time. I'm like, the simplest and easiest thing, if you're going to pass me, wait until you get by me, and in your rearview mirror, if you can see my lights above my windshield, then you can get over. Because that gives me 6 seconds to be able to stop and have room to be able to stop or get around you or go onto the shoulder or something and not kill you. I mean,
Yeah.
we really need to start teaching the new generation about us. Just because I have an automatic now, it doesn't mean that I can stop quicker now.
Oh God,
It's
isn't isn't that like saves your shoulder? It so saves your shoulder. I don't know about on
All
the
it
highway,
does is
but
save my thigh from being in city traffic to where I don't have to constantly clutching. It's the only good thing about it. But if I'm spend a lot of my time out on the road, out of towns, not in rush hour traffic. I'd like to have my stick back, thanks. Because the automatic is the dumbest thing ever that they came up with. Yes, it makes it to where more people can drive, and we do have kind of a shortage on drivers, but it's also the company's fault for hiring dumb people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's like, okay, so they've never driven a stick before. They've never backed up a trailer, but we're going to give them a truck and say, have at. No. And some of the schools are pretty bad. I lucked out. I got into one of the schools before it became Swift, and they did actually teach me really well. And I did have a trainer for a month who had been in the company for 22 years. So I didn't have someone that had just gotten through schooling and then, you want to be a trainer? I'm like, they don't know nothing. I don't even know nothing. And I've been driving for 8 years. I don't know everything. Everything changes every day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you're not learning, you're doing something wrong. If you're not learning
And
every
if
day,
and if you tell everyone I'm a super trucker, I'm like, no, you're an idiot.
yeah. Yeah. No, that's the last thing you want to be is a Superman. Supermans don't survive in trucks.
No.
They end up running over somebody. It's a totally different thing because I used to get angry when I would drive. And when I started driving a rig, I remember my trainer grabbing me and going, "You're going to kill somebody. Do you understand that? You're going to get upset at somebody and you're going to run them over because you're not paying attention to that." And it was like the most surreal thing because after I thought about it, I was like, I'm going to get upset and I'm not going to be focused on what I'm doing. I probably am going to run over somebody.
Yeah.
And in a truck
so
like
it's
that,
like
you're
very hard.
Them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actual videos and pictures on Facebook of what a Chevy Silverado 4-door looked like after it got run over by a semi. It was a 2-door passenger car when done. Yeah. You couldn't even tell it was a pickup truck. And the semi is up on it. And it's all folded in. And it's like, please just don't do that. Learn. Even if you're at a truck stop and talk to us. We'll let you know. We'd like to keep you safe. I'd like to keep myself safe.
Yeah, no accidents.
I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna lecture at you. I'll just say, hey, if you're interested, come up to me. I'll talk to you about the trucks. and how long it takes to stop, and what would be the best thing to do if you feel like you're too close or whatever. I mean, in Utah, they have signs everywhere saying, leave room. Oregon does the same thing. You wait until you get to here, and then you get over. Not that anyone pays attention, but, at least they're trying.
Punkwaddle with the $5 super chat says, I used to drive around the country in a Chevy Sienna for work, not comparable to a truck, but I've seen bad, inconsiderate drivers all over the U.S. Thank you for that $5 super chat, Punkwaddle.
I like the semi-truck drivers that actually have their newspaper sitting out on their steering wheel and they're reading the newspaper.
He also says people want to drive a daily driver sedan like a race car, break the car in a few years by running it into the ground, or get it totaled by poor driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Indiana was very prevalent when I was driving through there. We would have insurance scammers try and make us run them over. I had 3 close calls, so now I don't ever go over there. They can keep it. I'll just stay over here. Though California is getting just as bad.
Really?
Yeah, I've had 2 close calls in the last 3 weeks. I'm like, I just can't.
Nearsighted Cyclops says, I drove for 11 years, had 2 accidents both times I was stopped, and they drove into me.
Yeah, I was in Salt Lake City, coming into town, and a semi-truck had stopped, and the little car behind him was so busy with his phone he didn't see the truck had stopped. He ran into the DOT bar in the back and decapitated himself.
Oh.
And there's news. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And all you could see was his arm hanging out the window. And I stopped, and the lady asked me if I had a blanket, and I gave them a blanket so they could cover up the scene.
Damn.
But yeah, it was pretty bad. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I've come up to other accidents, but everything was gone. But yeah, this one I was almost like third to the scene, and it was pretty bad. It was, yeah, he was gone. I was like, it's so bad. I mean, people, just stay off the phone. Don't watch movies. Don't play on the phone. Don't look at text. Turn it off. Put it in the glove box. Don't think of your phone at all. Watch the roads. That's where your attention needs to be. Not on the phone. Now, I listen to podcasts on my phone, but it goes through my headset. I don't touch my phone. There's no visual thing that I look at on my phone. I got to watch the road, but I can at least listen to something if I'm tired of my MP3 player, which only has 900 and some odd songs on it. Which, for me, that's like a day and a half worth of songs. And then it just repeats, and it's like, okay, I'm done. So.
Purple Valkyrie said it's illegal to be on your phone.
Yes, we get fired. Yes, we'll get fired. If I pick up my phone while I'm driving, I have a camera that stares at me.
Huh. Wow.
And the minute I pick up this phone and put it anywhere near my head, the camera goes off. And they will call you, and they will give you 2 other tries, and if you do it 2 more times, you're fired.
Damn.
And sometimes if they do it, 2 times in a row, you're fired. Because, no, you're not supposed to touch the phone. Don't pick it up. Now, you can answer the phone, and as long as you have a headset, you're fine. But, no, it's pretty bad. This company has no tolerance for people on their phone. Because they've already had 2 accidents about it, so...
Yeah, they shouldn't. They shouldn't have any tolerance for it.
No. And it's one of the things I really like about this company.
Soul Assassin asks, have you ever driven while listening to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack?
I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to books on tape through my headset on my phone because I have I can go to the library at any time, and they have books on tape. And I've listened to a lot of stuff. Um, right now, I'm going through a phase of romance novels, but that are also, say, shifter uh, shifter based. So the people turn into different things. Right now, I'm reading a book called Here Kitty Kitty, and the main character is a full human, but she's crazy, and she's falling in love with a tiger shifter, and he's a Siberian tiger in South Carolina. So of
Oh,
course
wow.
that's an interesting. So it's been fun. His brothers brought her across state lines to help save her from hyenas. So yeah, it's an interesting book. My other books that I've been reading is Sherilyn Kenyon's Dark Hunters and her League series. Those are really good. So
Daryl
and
the
the Dark
Derelict
Hunt.
asks, have you listened to Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack as you drive by the ocean?
No, I haven't. I do have some of the Pirates of the Caribbean songs on my MP3 player. And when those come up, I'm like, just bobbing along to that. And, but I don't get to go close to the ocean very often. I don't do. I don't go into Los Angeles anymore. I just come here to Fontana, and then I go up to Bakersfield, pick up a load of potato chips, and take the long way to Denver. So I haven't been to the coast.
Subhuman says, I'm listening to Dune on Audible at the moment. I'm listening to Darth Plagueis. Star Wars Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
It's unabridged on Audible.
Ooh.
So you get the whole book.
I've read all. I've listened to Dune, Children of Dune. I think I got to the Prophet one, and I don't know. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, I haven't gone back to it. But yeah, I listened to Sherilyn Kenyon, Christine Fian, Mel Jean Brooks. Now her books are really cool because hers are steampunk stuff. So the last one I just read was called, or I listened to, was called The Kraken King. And it's the guy, the main two characters. The guy is called the Kraken King, and he was with the rebellion for the Horde, or for other people against the Horde, which was the Mongols, because they released zombies, a zombie strain, and well, it's not a strain; it's more like nano bots. But it makes the people zombies, so they die. And so he fought against the Khan, who is his brother. The original Khan, which was Genghis Khan, is his. He's a descendant from. He has a giant kraken on his back, so he's called the Kraken King because they call him Many Arms because he would fight in like sand pits against things, and they all say he had like more than two hands with how he fought and stuff. So she finds out about it when she's helping her friend go to Australia to be with her husband because she slept with someone and she's pregnant, so she's trying to get to her husband so she can try and make it like it's his, but it didn't work out that way because they're Skyrunner, which is a Zeppelin. So they have balloons. They're flying everywhere. They have boats that have to have sails because of the things that the Khan scientists have made. So they've made megalodon sharks that have metal in them, and they're attracted to any vibration. but because their fins are made of metal, they could bust up a boat really good and kill everyone. The Krakens are also genetically altered, so they have a metal shell. The only way to kill them is through their eye, and they get really, really big, and they'll take down ships if they have a motor. They get fixated. They'll, pull down air air things, the Skyrunners, the Zeppelins. And it's pretty good books. I like them because of the story is so interesting on all of the different things that are going on, uh, all the steampunk stuff, all the all of the intrigue. Because she writes stories, so it's a book about a writer who writes stories about her brother, who does. He kind of goes around and looks for things. So he's a scavenger, kind of like, but he has to run through zombie-infested areas to find anything cool. And he found a Da Vinci picture of a war machine and made tons of money. So now he can do whatever he wants. And he married the girl that killed his father. So yeah, it's a pretty good book. And he gets so interested in them, so it's amazing.
Brandon Anime Guy says audiobooks are the only way I could read a Star Wars book. Very enjoyable.
Yeah. I love the people that can be able to read books and do that. And I can't because I'm dyslexic, so I just spend a lot of time rereading what I just said because if I read it out loud, it's always wrong. So
there's a big thing with reading, the books on like Kindle now or an iPad or something. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I don't know why I can't do that, but I can read a news article just fine. I can't sit there and read a book on my phone or on an iPad or anything like that. It's got to be something.
I have the real book. Yeah, I have to have the real book. Mainly on my phone, it's pretty much just somebody reading the book to me while I drive. If I'm not driving, I have a real book in my hand.
And speaking of the dad, he's also in your line of work. He just put out a video walking around the cab of his truck because he's running around the U.S. delivering goodies for Christmas. Says late getting here, but hail and good morning, everyone. Hail, Brian. How are you doing, brother?
Hello. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. So we'll get to that after I'm done today. So yeah, I got to drive up to Bakersfield, pick up my potato chip load, come back down here, fill up, drive through Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, then north up through Oklahoma, and then to Colorado.
Wow.
Because we don't want to pop the bags.
No, you don't want to pop the bags. Heck no.
No. I've actually had a bag pop in my truck before, and it just scared the shit out of me. It scared the dog, too. I was like, what the hell? Somebody shot me. No, it's because I bought a bag of potato chips at the bottom of a hill and then went up Vale. And I was like, oh, yeah. It actually does work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Soul Assassin says, I met some truckers at local gyms, and they're some of the coolest folks.
I think we are cool. I like some of the older ones, the older drivers, because they are completely and utterly hilarious. I had one. I was over on the East Coast, and I only been driving for 8 months, and I was like, there's this really tight spot, and I'm sitting there going, shit, I don't know if I can make it. But I had like 3 older truck drivers help me in. And they're going, we didn't need to help you. You were amazing. We're going to have to call you One-Eyed Annie or something like that. Because, and he said, so the next time you do that, you come out with your sunglasses on and a stick and just act like you're blind. I was like, because you did it blind.
I can see that.
funny. I was like, I can't believe you guys are just, I'm like, I've only been doing this for 8 months, and he goes, oh, you backed in like you've been doing it for years. Like, well, does help that I worked for U-Haul for 5 and 6 years, and then after that it was. But it is kind of different from a box to these. But yeah, so the biggest U-Hauls are 12 feet tall, almost the same length as these if you put a trailer on the back of them. So yeah, it was a good jump off point to be able to get into trucking, I think. So
Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass says I drive double trailers 578 miles a day.
You can keep them.
Yeah,
I've watched
doubles,
videos.
The
doubles and triples I can't.
Weird when the first truck I backed up was a double, and I did it just fine, and then I got a regular tractor trailer and I was having issues. But that first double, I don't know whether it was just luck or what, but I was just like, no, you swing it this way and that trailer goes this way and that one goes that way, and it just felt natural.
I've watched triples and doubles do that, and I'm like, no, I can't. I have enough troubles with this one. Some days I can't even back up to save my life. I have to go do a U-turn somewhere and start again. It's like all of a sudden it's like I have to do what? I don't know how to do it. And one of my teachers, because I was crying because I was frustrated, he goes, "There's no crying in truck driving." He said, "That's baseball. That's baseball. There's no crying in baseball. There's crying in trucking all the time because I've seen it." But yeah,
being out on the road, I used to love doing that. It was like I don't have to deal with the boss. I don't have to deal with anybody telling me what to do all day. I can just get in my truck and I just go somewhere. I just drive somewhere, and that was.
I have the dog for company. And yes, I talk to her a lot. She doesn't answer me back. It's probably a good thing because I probably wouldn't like her answers anyway. She's giving me the eye.
She just looks at you like, what, human? What human?
Just feed me and shut up.
What's your favorite part about what you do?
The driving. I really love just traveling all over. I get to see all these different things. Yes, I'd like to go into the national parks and see them, but you can't put a 63-foot truck on a windy road. I've tried. Doesn't work. But, I got to see the sign that said not Mount Shasta, but where the Niagara Falls is. I got to see that sign. And the sign for the monument with the presidents on it. I got to see that sign. I got to see a lot of stuff, but, I just don't get to see it all the way.
Purple Valkyrie asks, how's the scorecard coming along?
Well, I've got 21 dead birds, 1 dead deer. I missed a skunk by 5 feet, so I think I'm doing pretty good. The birds are the worst. I really, I had one. I was driving a different truck at the time in a different company, and I'm driving in Washington State, and it looked like a regular chicken, but I'm thinking it was like a pheasant or something. But it almost made it across the street or across the freeway. I hit it with my front left bumper, and it went underneath my truck, came out the other side as just a puff of feathers. Out the passenger side at that end, and I looked in this rear view mirror, and it's just a puff of feathers. I was like, well, okay, I guess that one didn't make it.
Wow.
And I've had them hit my window. I've been very lucky that they haven't shattered my window. But mainly they just hit my grill. And the deer, if the damn thing wouldn't have stopped and run along the same road as, in front of me, I would have probably missed it. But no, it had to turn and then run in front of me.
I had one jump down off of the hill right in front of me. And
I like the ones that are standing on the side of the road that the road that you have no shoulder so you can't get over. And all that damn deer did was go like this. when I drove by, so the mirror wouldn't hit him in the head. It's like, come on, people, just stay away. But I've seen elk. I actually watched a day cab hit an elk. I went, oh, well, he didn't. The elk was fine. His truck was not. The elk walked off. I was like, yeah, you just bumped me in the ass. Thanks. He looked back and walked off. And the day cab, the whole front end was bent in, and he blew a tire. It was so much fun. He goes, yeah, I don't want to ever hit that again. I'm like, yeah, he'll probably just kick you and break it.
DJ Ronnie G with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, DJ Ronnie G. Says it took me a half hour in Truck Simulator to back into a cramped supermarket loading dock.
Yeah, there's some that take forever. The ones that I have issue with are the blind side back, where you're trying to. So your truck is sitting this way and your trailer's sitting this way, so you can't see anything but the side of the trailer, and you can't see anything out this because you can't. There's nothing to look at. Those are the ones that I really don't like, and they take me forever. I like the ones to where I can just pull all the way forward and straight back in, which doesn't happen very often. Now, Costco, you can do that because they have specific lanes that you park in front of the door because somebody else is in the door, so you park there, wait for them to get out, and then you pull back. So Costco's pretty good. Walmart is luckily just a drop and hook. Big Lots is a drop and hook unless you get to the actual stores and then you back into a door. The one in Wenatchee is an angle, so that's been fun. You think you're straight and it's like you're 2 feet off one side. It's because it's just angled wrong. Like, can't you just make it to where it's a straight back in instead of, okay, point your nose to the end of the parking lot, go all the way in, and you hope that you make it to where you're actually with the dock, considering all the other lines are telling you it's this way. And you're like, okay, that's just annoying. But most of the Big Lots, they're just a wide spot behind their behind their building, and they have the lifts so they can get the forklift inside, which is outside, no covering. So yeah, they really don't like us in the winter.
No.
Because it's outside and it's cold.
Getting back into some of those docks is some of the most headache stuff. It's like, oh, I love this, but then I have to do this.
Yeah, I like driving. I'm happy to drop something and let the city people do it. I'll just do all the driving, and you guys could do the delivering. But at least, luckily, most of the places I go is just a drop and hook, and they've got pretty big lots, so it helps. Of course, when I get to Denver, the place is like really small, really tight to get the trailers in. And if you don't get there by a certain time, you have to take it to a different building. And that way, hopefully, you can park it there. No, they're always full, and it might be lucky if you can find an empty out on the roads. I'm like, how very dangerous this is with these people out here in Denver, and that place just stinks.
Subhuman 84 says, "Goal: get out and look."
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Soul Assassin on the road again.
I will be in about probably an hour and a half.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
Gotta get up and get out of here so I can get to Bakersfield so I can get that load of potato chips, which happened to be.
Oh, go ahead.
Which happened to, the heaviest load I've had of potato chips is 14,000.
Dang.
So yeah, not very heavy.
That is a lot of potato chips, though.
Yes, it's I think it's like 3,700 units.
Mark Damley Tired says, funniest thing that happens down here are drivers not paying attention to one of the tunnels that only has an 11 clearance. Once or twice a month, an 18-wheeler gets wedged in, not listening to warnings.
We have that in Spokane. We have two. We have a railroad that goes straight down, and it's on a track or on a bridge through town, and we had a Swift take a wrong turn and try and get under the 11 bridge, and I was like, okay. And I think he thought if he just lowered the air in his truck, he would get through. No, he got wedged pretty good, and yeah, we have 3 bridges that are 11, so yeah, we don't go there.
Purple Valkyrie says, safe journey to you, Apollymi'S, Minion, Olds Gamer 72. Cutlass says, what do you call a room with 365 Swift drivers? I don't know. You're going to have to tell us.
Shit. Danger.
A year's experience.
Yeah, pretty much. That's true. That is true. It's like when I worked for them, it was, yeah, if you had 2 to 3 months under your belt, they would ask you if you wanted to be a trainer. And I'm like, shouldn't you have the older ones do that? That have actually been driving a lot longer than 2 months? And
okay.
I mean,
God, what was it? Okay, so I got to tell you that I got to tell you the story before we get out of here. I got to tell you the story, and I'm trying to remember it. Okay, so there was a guy that worked for, I think it was JB Hunt. I don't remember. Man, this is a long time ago. This is almost 20 years ago. So this trainer is training. He's out on the road with a trainee doing a overnight run, and the trainee's in the back asleep, and the trainer's driving. And he noticed that his utility door is open. So he puts the truck in cruise control while he's driving. He opens his door, grabs the oh shit bar, swings out, and kicks that utility door shut. When he does that, his door slams closed and locks. So he is stuck on the outside of the truck, holding on to that bar. And he's banging on the side of the truck when the truck goes off the road and he gets thrown off. And he's in the hospital, and all of his bosses, and I believe this guy worked for JB Hunt. I'm pretty sure this guy worked for JB Hunt. And all the, the suits are there now. They're all whispering to each other. And they're like, why did you think it was a good idea to open your truck door and go outside of the truck while it was in motion? And I shit you not, without having a blink, the guy says, I don't know, it worked the first time. He had done it before. Because that little utility door, you know which one I'm talking about, the little one, is sitting there flapping open. And he saw it and kicked it shut. Yeah. I Mark's
it's almost
like, what?
as bad as those videos, of the cab overs that are pulled forward and there's a guy driving while the guy's working on the engine.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not stop and do that on the side of the road? Oh,
yeah,
my God.
yeah. I don't know. I shit you not. He said, I don't know. It worked the first time. And they fired him, obviously. But this is a trainer working for a company. This is someone who is training someone, not the trainee. This is the trainer.
Yeah. I'm like, I lucked out that I got a really good trainer that pretty much the whole time I was with him, all I would do is back up. He goes, "There's a spot. Go practice, and do it as often as you can, because that's just 90% of your job is to back up. Driving forward is easy. It's the backing that you have to practice."
Yep. And that's what we practiced when I was in training. Almost everything was backing up. Y'all back them trucks up and come on in now. All right. We had to back into everything. Couldn't pull forward. Had to back into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Mark worked the first time. Yeah. He'd done it before. Yes. Really. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was 20 years ago. Yes. That was JB Hunt 20 years ago. So there's crazy shit like that you're like, no,
nobody's that stupid. Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's people that are just dumber than a rock, and then it's like, how did you get a license?
We're at the top of the hour, guys. We are going to get out of here. Tomorrow, I am going to have pictures of the Ghostbusters giveaway we are going to do. And Friday, we are going to be live on location at Space Cadet Comics with 24/7 Fusion Media. We're going to walk around the store, check out the comic books they got, see the pizza place, look at all the toys, all the cool toys they got. We're going to have one heck of a good time on Friday at around noon. We will have the morning show, but we will be back. We're going to have 3 shows on Friday. The morning show, a show at noon, and then we're going to have the late show with Mexican Iron Man. Thank you so very much, Apollymi'S Minion, for doing this. I'm so glad we got to get you on and got to have you at the very end of Women of the Fandom. Thank you so much, guys. Apollymi, I double booked one week, and Apollymi was gracious enough to be like, no, I can take the one later. Thank you so very much. I know it gets crazy.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, guys. We're getting out of here. Stay safe, be excellent to each other, always speak friend to enter, and have a good one, folks.
Bye, guys.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.